What's up, YouTube? I just made a video attempting to talk about the election and got totally sidetracked, so I'm making another one. This one I'm going to talk about it. Alright, so why should you vote for Donald Trump? Because Donald Trump is not part of the New World Order. That is the number one reason. Look at everybody that's trying to stop him, everybody that's coming out so hard against him. Dictators, rulers from around the world, the Mexican president and the Chinese dictators, all the media that Hillary Clinton basically runs. I mean, they'll do anything for her. If you just look at the media, they don't... anything you say about her is a conspiracy theory. Anything, she can't do anything wrong. Have you ever, except for, this past debate, she did admit she was wrong when she voted for Iraq, but that's the first time I've ever heard her admit that she was wrong about anything. I mean, I think, because she just always makes up excuses. And the Clintons, Larry Nichols will tell you, I mean, he helped Bill Clinton get into office in Arkansas and into the White House, and I think got into the White House, maybe just Arkansas. But anyway, he was close with the Clintons, and he knows their playbook. And how do they get elected? They just say whatever it takes. They lie as much. They don't care. They'll promise you the world. They're not going to do it once they get in. Just look at that. Look at their record. I mean, all they do is lie. How can we have a president that's a complete liar? And people say, well, Donald Trump's crazy. How can we lie? He's not crazy. I mean, if you're watching CNN, MSNBC, even Fox, you're going to think that Donald Trump is crazy. He's not fit to be president. But the guy is a smart guy. He is a reasonable guy. I mean, if you really look into who he is, he's not a bad guy at all. He's raised a really nice family. Yeah, I don't agree with getting divorced and having 3 wives, but I'm not him, and I don't believe that he is a Christian either. I believe that, he thinks he's a Christian, just like I did. I was raised Lutheran and went, I was baptized as a Lutheran. I went and got my communion at 5th grade and my confirmation in 8th grade, and so if you would have asked me when I was, 20 years old, are you a Christian? I would have said yeah, but I didn't know Christ. I got saved when I was 26. So I believe when he says he's a Christian, he believes it or thinks it. Do I think he's saved? That's not for me to say, but no, I don't think he's saved, but he could, I don't think he's lying when he says he's a Christian either. I like the way that he just says what's on his mind. I don't care if he says stuff that is controversial every now and then. I don't agree with everything he says, like the bathroom thing for the transgender. No, they should not be allowed in bathrooms that are not their actual sex. I mean, it's just gotten ridiculous. It's just ridiculous that it's even come to where we have to comment on this, I don't agree with him. I'm a very small government person. I believe in the Constitution. I'm a constitutionalist. I believe the government needs to obey the Constitution, and honestly, I would rather a president more like a Ron Paul to be president, but I'll tell you why I like Donald Trump this time. I think that he's our only chance this time, first of all. I mean, look at who was running against. Everybody that was running against him was establishment. Except maybe Ben Carson, who I would have really liked to be president, or even vice president. I think he should have picked Ben Carson. But I think this time a guy like Donald Trump is perfect, and I think he is a gift from God, maybe. I mean, because honestly, I don't think a small government. I mean, I hope Donald Trump is not gonna expand the government huge, like more than a Bush or an Obama. I know he won't more than a Bush or Obama, but I I think that with the destruction that our country's in, and if we don't vote in Donald Trump, and I mean, we don't have any other choices right now. It's either Trump or Hillary is going to be in, unless Obama declares martial law before that. And I'm not going to totally rule that out, but I don't think that that's going to happen at this point. I could be wrong. But, if we vote in Hillary Clinton, we are basically giving this country away to the liberals and destroying our Constitution and basically destroying our sovereignty and then turning our country into Mexico, because giving amnesty to 40 million immigrants, and that is the number. Everybody should read the book Adios America by Ann Coulter. It's so important right now, and it's the reason I think Donald Trump actually, started to run, and I think it's the reason he's so popular, because the immigration problem is going to destroy the Republican Party, conservatism. It's going to destroy the Constitution, because if we give amnesty to all these illegals, look, we're giving the liberals the next 50 years in elections. Basically, it's what it's going to take. We can't even beat their turnout now. The left has so many people that are from the minorities is who they target, and they get them to vote for all, or mostly Democrat, and they're bringing in 1 to 3 million of these people a year. That probably going to be more. I mean, it's going to be a long time before we have our country back if we don't vote in Donald Trump. I believe that if he takes the regulations down, or takes all these regulations off our companies, that we can actually start, we can actually turn things around. I think that he might be the only person. That's why I think maybe God is saying, here's your last shot, America, because we need a businessman like him, somebody that's outspoken like him, somebody that's strong and will negotiate from a point of strength. We're not. Obama's been so weak. Even Bush was so weak. We need to look like the America that we are. We need to show people our strength and not be pushed around by all these other nations, made to pay, for other nations' security, not getting anything back out of our deals. I mean, China's manipulating their currency and cheating us out of our corporations, and our country has been complicit. And Hillary Clinton, this is why you can't vote for her. She's done favors for the Chinese and gotten them to, I mean, look, just Google Hillary Clinton Chinese, She has a pay-for-play thing going on with the Clinton Foundation, where, the whole time she was at the State Department, if you wanted a meeting with her, and you got in touch with Uma Abedin and paid $1 million, you were to the Clinton Foundation, you'd get your meeting the next day with Hillary Clinton, and she'd give you a favor or two too. I mean, that's how she works. I mean, she has no good record to go on. Her time at the State Department was a disaster. She destroyed the Middle East, destabilized the Middle East, Libya, Egypt, the pullout of Iraq. I mean, her and Obama have done nothing good with their foreign policy. They have no idea what they're doing. And I really do think that Donald Trump would be a good leader and a good defender of America. And I really believe that he's a good guy at heart. He's got a good family, and I believe that what he wants to do is help this country that he loves. I'm a patriot, and I believe that he has that same patriot blood in him. I mean, there's something about it, you really love your country. I mean, I love my country enough where I would never, run for president and try to take over my country, try and become a tyrant. I want to give back to America, because America is the greatest country on earth, and I don't want that to be destroyed. And I know that if we let Hillary become president, that's it. And I mean, she is sick. They say it's a conspiracy theory to say Hillary's got an illness. Well, it's not. You need to research that. She has some kind of Parkinson's or Alzheimer's, and I mean, look at her speech, and she was coughing for like 5 minutes straight. She couldn't even talk. We need a leader in this country that's strong, healthy, and able to be up through the night if there's a Benghazi situation. Somebody we can't afford to have Hillary Clinton in the White House and Bill Clinton. I mean, these people are both criminals. They've been criminals. They're not out to help Americans or America. They're in this for their own interests. Bill and Hillary didn't get married for love. I mean, obviously. But Bill is a rapist. He's settled rape cases. And Hillary is a criminal, a pathological liar. I've never heard her go a minute without saying something that's untrue. And she never wants to admit when she's wrong. I think, when she was talking about Iraq on this past debate, where she won't even debate Donald Trump because she knows she's going to get crushed. And she said she was wrong about Iraq. That's the first time I ever think that she's told the truth or admitted she was wrong. And then she said, well, Donald Trump thought we should go into... Donald Trump there's a lot of videos showing Donald Trump saying no, that we shouldn't go into Iraq. Maybe he said it once that he thought we did, but he wasn't in the Senate at the time. You were. If he had to sit down and think of a decision to vote for war or not, I honestly think he would have voted against it. He came out and said a lot that he was against the war. But anyway, our country needs a strong president. I think that Donald Trump is definitely the next Ronald Reagan, honestly. He's not incompetent. He's a very smart guy. Very smart guy. And I think that he's just a decent human being. I think that he cares about this country and he wants to save it because he sees what's going on. I think that he's a patriot. I think that he's been informed about, what's going on and the globalists and trying to turn this country or trying to create a new world order. And I think he's known about this, and that's what we need, somebody that's going to fight this. And I think that he's the perfect person. He might not be the perfect conservative constitutionalist, but right now he's what we need. So All right, you too. Talk to you later.